Hi, second grade. It's Mrs. Reed. I'm here to do our weekly reading lesson. This week we're going to be focusing on our reading skill of sequencing and being able to identify and describe the beginning, the middle, and the end of a story. So we're starting with this anchor chart that says the plot at the top. I can describe the beginning, the middle, and the end of a story. And we think about the beginning happening is what happens first in the story. And that's when we learn about who are the characters and what is the setting. Then we think about what's happening in the middle of the story. What is happening to the characters, which we can also talk about being the problem. And finally, at the end of the story, what happens last? How did the characters solve the problems, and did the characters change throughout the story? So we're going to start by looking at this very short passage here called Mom's Birthday, and I'm going to read it to you. Harry wants to do something nice for his mom tomorrow. It is her birthday. He spends all day making her a special card and picks a pink flower from the garden. The next morning, he wakes up early to make pancakes. He puts the pancakes and a glass of juice on a tray. Harry walks into his mom's room and yells, "Surprise!" Now, on here we can see that it's asking what the author's purpose is for this selection. And based on what we've already learned this year and what we already know, we know this is a story to entertain. And we know that because there's characters, Harry and Harry's mom. So now that we're looking, we read this, Mrs. Reed's going to pull out her graphic organizer. And this is what it looks like that I've put on Google Classroom for you. So I'm going to write at the top my name, Mrs. Reed, and the title of the book, or our story that we read today, is Mom's Birthday. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the text, the passage, and I'm going to find what happens at the beginning of the story. And I know to look for the beginning of the story is what happens first. So I'm looking here. Harry wants to do something nice for his mom tomorrow. It is her birthday. So that tells us at the beginning of the story that tomorrow is Harry's mom's birthday. All right, so that's what we know is happening at the beginning. Now let's go back and look at the middle. He spends all day making her a special card and picks a pink flower from the garden. The next morning, he wakes up early to make pancakes. All right, so he wants to do something nice and something special for her. Well, did we read about anything nice or special that he was working on? Yeah. He makes a special card, he picks a flower, and he makes her pancakes. So we're going to write about those things happening in the middle of the story. Harry makes a card. Remember, I'm going to use my commas in a series here. Picks a flower and makes pancakes. So Harry does all of those things in the middle of the story because he wants to do something special for his mom's birthday. We learned about his mom's birthday being at the beginning, and in the middle, we talked about all the things that Harry is doing for his mom for his birthday. So let's go back and see what happens at the end. And we find what happens at the end it's the last part of the story. It's at the end. He puts the pancakes and a glass of juice on a tray. Harry walks into his mom's room and yells, "Surprise!" So back to our graphic organizer, we can write down at the end, Harry surprises his mom for her birthday. He surprises her for her birthday with all of these special things that he did in the middle of the story. So now we're at the end. This is what happens last in the story. He surprises his mom. So your job this week is going to be to read the story Jack and the Beanstalk. That's going to be on Class Dojo and on our Google Classroom page for reading. And you're going to be reading it. You're going to be answering some questions about it, and then you're going to be filling in a graphic organizer just like this for the story Jack and the Beanstalk. If you need Mrs. Reed's help, just message me or give me a call. I'm here for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.